Do you ever just wish that a really successful six-figure freelance writer would sit you down and say, here's what you need to do. Here are the keys to the castle. Here is how you be successful as a freelance writer. Well, if that's the case, I've got good news for you because that's exactly what we're doing today. My right-hand woman, Liz, has completely blown up her freelance writing career over the course of the last 2 years. And I asked her, I said, Liz, what's the secret? What are the things that you have learned that you wish you knew 2 years ago that would help new freelance writers? And she went above and beyond. She put together a list of the 20 things that she wished she knew before she started doing this. So I went through that list and I found my 10 favorites that I relate to the most, and that is what I'm going to share with you today. So I could give you all the tools, tactics, templates, strategies for getting clients, and I've done that in lots of videos. We've got videos about that below, but that's only going to get you so far. If you really truly want to become a freelance writer, you have to get beyond just the tactics. You have to get your mind right. You got to approach this the right way, and that's what we're talking about today. So if you are a new freelance writer or someone who has been struggling to get writing work, then today's video is going to be perfect for you. I'm really excited about this. And also, if you want to see Liz's full list, all 20 of them, we got that linked up below. So if you're ready, let's do this. It's time for a little tough love. Gonna get real with you. Let's do it. Number one, stop ignoring the small victories. So many new freelancers, they're like, until I'm making $10,000 a month and quitting my job and working from anywhere, I'm not successful. I call this the milestone mindset. You need to take a milestone mindset where instead of having one big lofty goal, you've got dozens of smaller milestone goals. So maybe you get your first response to a pitch that you send, but you sent 20 pitches, you only got one response, you get super bummed out by that. Instead of being bummed out by the 19 people that didn't respond, you should be excited about the one person who did respond. And more importantly than that, you should get excited about the fact that you sent out any pitches at all, because most people, they never will. They won't get out of their own way, they won't do anything about it, and then they won't create successful freelance writing careers. So celebrate the small victories, because that's what's going to give you the momentum to carry you through those early stages until your business is a success. Number two, perfectionism is an excuse. Get over it. There is no such thing as perfect. You will never be perfect. Stop trying to be perfect, because the only way you're even going to get better and closer to perfect is to start making mistakes. And the only way to make mistakes is to take action and to do things. It's to write. It's to pitch. It's to put yourself out there. But so often people you get an ego. It's like you want to come across well. You want to come across professional. You want your work to be the best work that's ever out there. Here's the deal. I'm going to be honest with you. You are never going to be the best of the best of the best. You can be really good, but you're never going to be the best in the world, and you're never going to be perfect. The way you get closer to being the best in the world is by taking action. It's by making mistakes. It's by getting critical feedback on your work. It's about writing work, getting that feedback, and then making the next post just a little bit better. So get over the whole perfectionism, put yourself out there, be willing to accept some constructive criticism, and understand that that's just part of the process to getting better. If you don't go through that process, if you don't get that constructive criticism, if you don't get the door slammed in your face at times, then you're never going to get better, you're never going to have success, and you're probably going to give up and quit. All that to say, stop trying to be a perfectionist. The more of a perfectionist you are, the less success you're going to have. Number three, freelancers are your friends, not your competition. Do you know when I've got freelance writing work, do you know where I find most of my writers? It's not like on a site like Upwork. It's not a job board. It's people that I know. It's friends of mine. It's like, hey, I've got a little bit too much work. I want to give it to somebody that I like, that I can trust. And maybe I will even get a little bit of a kickback from that as well and make a little bit of money. So instead of treating other freelancers as your competition, treat them as your friends, because as soon as they've got too much work, as soon as they're having too much success, they're going to bring you right on up with them, because they're going to give you the work that they don't have time to do. So build your network, build relationships with like-minded people. That's one of the great things about Location Rebel Academy is we've got a ton of freelancers in there. And a lot of our most successful freelancers, guess where they are giving their excess work? They're giving it to other Location Rebel members. So whether you're doing it in an online community like ours or doing it in an in-person community with your real friends that you have relationships with, that is one of the best places to get more work and to build your business. So stop trying to treat everybody else like the enemy, because the more people you get to know, the better chance you're going to get some extra work. Number four, find your writing sweet spot. We can go on all day about whether it's better to niche down, not niche down, be a generalist, not be a generalist. But for most people, long term, here's what I recommend trying to do. Take a bunch of your interests, take things that you know about, and then kind of try and find the intersection with those things. So let me give you an example of that from my personal life. I like to golf. I also like to travel to play new golf courses, and I also know direct response marketing and copywriting. So rather than just being a general content writer, I said, you know what? I think I can do something a little bit more special here. I'm going to be a copywriter and marketer for the golf world, because there aren't many people that have the knowledge I have about golf and the knowledge I have about marketing. So if you can find your sweet spot where you've got a couple different niches, you can combine those together, you've got a couple unique skills, all of a sudden you can make yourself indispensable for the right company. I'm not saying this is what you have to do. You can absolutely and should absolutely start as a generalist if you aren't sure what niche is right for you or what that sweet spot is. But think about it as kind of like a Venn diagram. I know golf, I know copywriting, you combine them together, that sweet spot, that middle ground, that's what you're trying to find. Is this helpful? Hopefully these tips are helpful. If they are, give the thumbs up. I love the thumbs up. Can you go do that right now for me? Great. Okay, cool. Back to the video. Number 5, get up. Do that. Brush your teeth. Right. That's it. If you do that, you will get more writing work. You'll become a better writer. In the past, I've talked about the most important habits I have in my life. Writing 500 words a day is the single most important habit I have for my business. When I find myself struggling or if things are stagnant, I go back and I say, have I been writing? And the answer is always no. If I look at the times I've been most successful, I look back, I'm usually writing. I'm doing it on a regular basis. So every day that you can, wake up, brush your teeth, maybe you throw coffee in there. If you're a coffee kind of person, coffee or tea, throw that in there as well, and then write. Get it out of the way early, do it every single day. I promise you, if you do that, your future self and your bank account will thank you. Number 6, it's easy to forget this, but there is no such thing as an overnight success. There you go. Every person you see online, every other writer, they didn't just come out of nowhere. They put in months, years of work. So don't forget that. Don't get started right away and be bummed out when in 2 weeks, you're not a millionaire. Shocker. Didn't work. Who would have thought? No such thing as an overnight success. I got nothing more I need to say on that one. Number 7 is something I don't hear a lot of people talking about in the freelance world, and that is understanding pay versus prestige. So sometimes you just need to take the jobs that are gonna pay. They're gonna pay you money. A lot of times the highest paying gigs are the most boring things to write. Finance, tech, banks, all that stuff can pay a ton of money, but it's not very much fun. It's not very prestigious. But you need to take those pay jobs in order to grow your business. Then there's the prestige jobs. These are the things that you might not get paid as much for, or in some cases you might not get paid anything for, but doing the work and writing it and having your name associated with those prestigious businesses and websites and organizations, that is going to be something you can put on your resume, which is going to make it easier to get work in the future. So if you have an opportunity to write for, let's say, Forbes, and you can say, I've been a writer, I've been published in Forbes. That's probably something worth doing for less money or no money, because you can put right on the front page of your portfolio site as featured in Forbes. That kind of social proof will go a long way towards getting you new clients. So understand you got to take the pay job sometimes. Understand you also have to have the prestige job sometimes. Find the right balance of that and your business will start taking off. Number 8, have a plan for when you're struggling. Every single new business owner, writer, entrepreneur, whatever you want to call it, will struggle. Even someone, I've been doing this for 12 years. I started the website in 2009, started Location Rebel Academy in 2011. Doing this for a very long time. I still struggle at times. I still get frustrated. But the way I get out of that is by having a plan and understanding what to do when I'm bummed out, when I'm struggling. So let's say, for example, I'm going through a slump with the business. I know for me, I need to write more. Get back in the habit, writing at least 500 words a day. Well, let's say for you, maybe you haven't brought in any new clients. Ask yourself, have I been marketing my business? Have I actually been pitching new clients? And so maybe your plan is to go out and send 5 pitches a day if you hadn't been doing that. But by planning in advance, when you're in a good mood, what you're going to do when you do hit those struggles, you're going to make it much easier to bust out of those ruts that inevitably you will be in at some point. So think about both what you need to do for your business and what the kind of fundamentals are that you need to focus on when you're struggling, but also think about what you need to do for yourself, your mental health, your sanity, in order to get your mindset back in a place where you're going to be able to start building that business again. Number 9, consistent action is everything. I get asked a fair amount, like, what's the key to your success? How have you been able to do this for so long? Here's the key to success. I took a little bit of action every single day for a decade. Most people, they start a blog, they start a freelance business. You'll be really excited for it for like the first week or two. Maybe you won't get as much traction as you want. You let a day slip, and then you let a week slip, and then you don't do anything, and then you've all but given up. Even if it's only 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even if you only take a small action, do it every single day. I don't know anyone that has taken consistent action every day for a year or two that hasn't made at least some significant progress. So if you want to know how to do this, the thing that trumps all else is taking consistent action on your business every day. Or at least if it's not every day, have a plan to be able to work on it every week. I understand a lot of us have day jobs. We're not able to focus on our side hustle for 40 hours a week. But every Sunday night, sit down, figure out what effort you are going to put forth throughout the week, put it on the calendar, treat it like an appointment that you would never miss, and do that consistently over the course of months. Finally, we're at number 10, and this is just kind of tying everything we've talked to all together, and that is think like a business. You're not a freelancer, you're not a writer, you are a business owner now. So think about the marketing. Think about how you're gonna get your name out there. Think about your branding. Think about your portfolio. Think about the persona you're putting out there. Think about it from your client's perspective. Imagine you're on the other side of the table and you've got someone pitching you. What would you want to see in order to hire that person and give them work? Treat your business like a business. All too often, freelancers, they treat it like this fun little side hobby. And then because of that, they don't take it seriously enough to build the business and make money. So think about it like a business, get in that business mindset, and you're gonna thank yourself. My name's Sean Ogle. I'm the founder of this whole thing here at Location Rebel, where we teach you how to build small businesses you can run from anywhere in the world that gives you more free time to do the stuff you love to do in life. If you're serious about building a freelance writing business, go check out our freelance writing guide. It's absolutely free. We also have a 6-day freelance writing course that comes along with it. locationrebel.com/FWG. And if you're looking for what to watch next, I highly recommend you go watch this video that's going to walk you through all the steps you need to find your first client. I hope you have a fantastic day. Hope to see you on the site, and make sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already. Take it easy. Peace.